I know some of y'all ain't gonna like this one. Today we're gonna be talking about Black Lives Matters, the organization. Don't go nowhere, keep it locked. So I enjoy watching sports, especially basketball. And I ran across a clip of ESPN Marcus Wally talking about Black Lives Matter. And I tell you, it was very informative. Roll the clip.
I don't know how many people really look into the mission statement of Black Lives Matter, but I did. And when you look into it, there's a couple things that jump out to me. And I'm a black man who's been black, and my life has mattered since 1974. And this organization was founded in 2013. I'm proud of you. But I've been fighting this fight for me and for others a lot longer. Two things. My family structure is so vital, important to me. Not only the one I grew up in, but the one I'm trying to create right now. Being a father and a husband, that's my mission in life right now. How do I reconcile that, what I just told you, with this mission statement that says, quote, "We dismantle the patriarchal practice. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement."
Now, as a Christian man and a black man, when I heard him say that, this was very troubling to me. But I said, hey, I'm going to go research and see if what he's saying is true. And it turns out he was speaking facts. He was speaking nothing but facts. It's right there on their website. They want to dismantle the patriarchal practice. They want to dismantle the nuclear family. And God designed it that way. God ordained it that way. That the man be the patriarch. The man be the leader of the family. The man be the head of the wife, as Christ is head of the man. And also, they are actively promoting the LBG agenda, talking about trans men and trans women, talking about freeing women of a man-centered environment, talking about being free of the heteronormative thinking. Majority of the stuff I see on here has nothing to do with black lives. This organization was started to respond to the black men getting killed and shot in the street by police officers. But when I look at this agenda they have on here, I don't see nothing that's talking about the black man. If this is Black Lives Matters, it was supposed to be including the black man. But as you can see, it does not. See, I'm a black man that wants to marry a black woman. I'm a black man that wants to heal the relationship between the black man and the black woman. I'm a black man that wants to raise my family up in a Christian environment. I want to be one that improves my community. I want to be one that is a light to others and show others that they can make it. But as I see, Black Lives Matters is not really for me. And I tell you, as a Christian man, as a man that believes in the nuclear family, I tell you, I cannot, with a good conscience, support this organization. I know it has good marketing. It says Black Lives Matter, but when I look at the doctrine, is it really about that? Is it really about black lives? And hey, he was saying some good things. So I'm going to let him continue.
When I know statistics, when I know my reality, forget statistics. I knew this before I even went to Columbia and saw these same statistics that I'm going to read to you right now. That children from single-parent homes versus two-parent homes. The children from the single-parent homes, this is in 1995 I was reading this. 5 times more likely to commit suicide. 6 times more likely to be in poverty. 9 times more likely to drop out of high school. 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances. 14 times more likely to commit rape. 20 times more likely to end up in prison. And 32 times more likely to run away from home. I knew that. You know why I knew it? Because a lot of my friends didn't have family structures that were nuclear like mine, and they found themselves outside of their dreams and goals and aspirations. So when I see that, or as a mission statement for Black Lives Matter, it makes me scratch my head.
Like that brother said, it makes me scratch my head as well. And hey, let's be real. Police brutality don't even crack the top 5 issues in the black community. I would say the top issue is broken homes, broken families, not having a father in the home. Like he gave the statistics, a child that comes from a broken family, a broken home that doesn't have a father in the house is more likely to get in trouble, more likely to commit crimes, more likely to get in all kind of things. And everybody want to talk about white privilege. I would say having a solid father in your life, that's privilege. And if we want to get real on the issues, we have a lot of problems we need to solve internally. But we're going to stick on police brutality. And I tell you this, protesting is fine. Protesting is good. We have a right to protest in this country. And all these shootings, it's been terrible. It's been awful. It's hard for me to see a black man just like myself being killed in the streets. When we saw George Floyd case, it was horrible. This man was not resisting. This man was on the ground in handcuffs. He was not a threat at all. But we all saw this man have a knee put on his neck and died. And we watched him die. We watched him scream and call for his mama. And that was a painful thing to see as a black man. And I tell you, conservatives and liberal, it didn't matter what part of the political aisle you was on. Everybody was in agreement that that was horrible, that was wrong. We had a few trolls out there, but overall, everybody agreed that was wrong. And I saw that as a chance for the country to come together and heal. But the issue became political. It became political. I say this, a lot of people don't want to hear this, but black people, black men, even if the police is wrong, please do not resist. I know people gonna talk about me, oh, you a coon, you Uncle Tom, you all this, but hey, I don't care if you call me names. I just want you to live, my brother. Because at the end of the day, you gotta live to go see your family. You gotta live to take care of your kids. If you all caught up in your emotions and you resist, even though the police wrong, you the one is not gonna be there for your daughter and your son, my brother. And I say this, rioting and looting is not the answer. When that stuff went down with George Floyd, the whole country felt that was wrong. But soon as the looting and the robbing and the violence and the rioting started, people started to shut their ears. Well, we as black people won't change. That is not the answer. Martin Luther King Jr. showed us a profitable manner of doing things. Everybody, if you haven't read it, please read Martin Luther King's letter from Birmingham. This man, his strategies was so good that the government killed him, assassinated him. The people, he had the people so on one mind and one accord that he became that big of a problem. And then he didn't have to riot, he didn't have to steal, he didn't have to commit violence, he didn't have to do none of that. His main thing was nonviolence. Okay, we want solutions, right? So I'm gonna give you a couple of solutions that I thought of. First solution, instead of going to these, talking about these police, let's go to the real problem. The real problem is the politicians that's making these laws. Because the police was not always militant like they are now. They didn't always have these military type weapons. They didn't always act like this. After they passed this legislation to fight this drug war, then all this new stuff came in. So we need to go to these politicians and tell them, go to our congressmen, go to our representatives and tell them they need to repeal these drug war laws. Because the drug war has failed. It's been an epic fail. And I think it's complete hypocrisy. If you selling weed over there in California and Colorado, but in Texas and some of these other states, they still, people still getting felonies for selling weed. That's hypocrisy. That's crazy. I would say this. I don't do drugs, and no Christian person shouldn't do drugs. This body is the temple of God. We have some lawmakers doing some real good things. He has been pushing through the Justice for Breonna Taylor Act. What the act does, it outlaws no-knock warrants nationwide. And the Breonna Taylor situation is just awful. And it's a clear indication that we need to abolish the drug war. Because after all these times, it still has not been effective, and people are dying. People are dying in their own home who have done nothing wrong, because people are looking for criminals and looking for drugs. And also, we have Tim Scott doing real good work. He actually got past the First Step Act, and that is really doing some great work for as criminal justice reform. And I'm going to say this, Christian people, we have to research things before we start to get on the bandwagon for stuff. Because we are called to be righteous judges. And how can we be a righteous judge if we don't look into things, if we don't research things? And we cannot be swayed by all the energy coming in, all the emotion. We have to be ones that have to be righteous judges. We have to be ones that have to be peacemakers. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. And as Christians, we want to be called children of God. And I tell you, we are called to love all people. I don't care what color you are. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian. As Christians of all races, all creeds, and all colors, we are called to be peacemakers. We are called to love each other. We are called to even love our enemy. And if you see you don't agree with Black Lives Matters, I would implore you not to say all life matters. We know that all life matters, but when you say that to a person that's hurting, that's in pain, they see it as you protest and they protest. We all know that all life matters, but please don't say that. Instead, let's get back to the Bible. Jesus matters. Because at the end of the day, we can pass all this legislation. We can get rid of the drug war and all these other laws that have been contributing to this violence, contributing to this police brutality. Because at the end of the day, the police can only do what's on the books. So I say this. We can pass legislation, but at the end of the day, it's going to be Jesus Christ to come in somebody's life and get that racism out their heart, get that hate out their heart. Because the police are out here because it's crime out here. Let's not sugarcoat it. The police are out here because crime is out here. If it wouldn't be no crime, there wouldn't be no need for police. The police are out here taking crime out the street. But Jesus Christ and the people of God are supposed to be preaching the gospel, so the gospel can come in and take the crime out of people's heart. So I say, Christian people, research, look well into your going and anything you support. And remember, Jesus matters.